All right, Middle-Aged White Guy Reacts is back again today with another video for you. And in today's video, we are going back to Bitcoin. All right, I know I don't have a huge audience for this. I know my subscribers aren't going to be like super pumped about this video. It's kind of dry, it's kind of boring stuff, but it's important. You guys might be able to learn something. Maybe it's something that you can use. But with that said, don't ever take financial advice from a guy in a beanie and hoodie. So, putting that out there. And this strategy does require some technical analysis, and you need to be able to read some charts, which I have that ability a bit. I am profitable over the past 2 years, and I am outpacing the markets, but I am not a financial advisor. Do not take my advice. With that said, let's go into the strategy I've been using to grow free Bitcoin, and I want to give you an update on how that's going. Because there were some comments in the last video. I mean, the last video doesn't have a ton of views, which, like I said, I don't have an audience for it, so that was expected. But some of the comments, I just want to revisit, and because I wasn't sure how this is going to go, okay, myself. But let's show you how it's going. So basically, what I was doing, I took $1,000 in September, and I bought some Bitcoin. Held that, got a little profit, sold the $1,000 back, and held on to the profit. Okay, that's my free Bitcoin. So I did do this over and over and over again. Every now and again, like the charts don't go my way, and I'd have to kind of dollar cost average down. So I've used more than 1,000 at times. But then I would sell just what I put in and hold on to the profit. Okay. So the profit is sitting, as Bitcoin, and it's ebbing and flowing with the price of Bitcoin. So when I did that video in November, Bitcoin was actually near 64,000 a Bitcoin. All right. So it had rose from when I bought it at 45.5 in September up to like 64 in November. So it was a 30 something odd percent increase in that time. So if I would have taken my $1,000 at that point and just held it until November, I would have 30% profit. Now, with my strategy, by putting my money on the table, then taking it back, I was able to actually hit a 42% profit in that time. So I was outpacing, admittedly, a bull market by about 12%. So, a lot of people in the comments were like, well, yeah, this was a good strategy in a bull market, but, you're not going to be able to do this in a bear market. It's not going to work. I disagreed, but didn't want to give a lot of pushback, okay, because I'm not trading the big upward swings, okay? I am trading when it's in a channel, when it's bouncing between, 60 and 61 or 55 and 56. That's the area I'm trading in. It's a safe spot, okay? I am doing this conservatively and safely, very small moves, okay? I am eating the elephant one bite at a time. So just to show you kind of how this has gone, let's go over it. So in November, when I had 42% increase, or 42% of profit, I had about 0.0066 some odd Bitcoin. Okay. I had 420 some odd dollars in profit off of my initial 1,000. Like I said, it's not an apples to apples comparison. All right. Because like I said, I have used more than 1,000 at a time, but like my initial thing would have been to just put 1,000 into Bitcoin and hold it versus using $1,000 to play this little game I've been playing. So just for comparison's sake. So with that said, we had about $420 worth of profit at 0.0066 Bitcoin. At that time, Bitcoin had rose about 30%. All right, so we're there. People saying, hey, this is bull market. This is easy stuff, right? So now look at the price of Bitcoin. It's at 43.3, okay? So if I would have bought my $1,000 in September and held it until now, I would have lost 5% of my money. Okay, I would not even have $1,000 right now. The way I'm doing it, I still have profit, okay? And like my profit ebbs and flows with the price of Bitcoin. I still get to take advantage and disadvantage of the volatility of the crypto. But it's not money that I actually had to go out and make and then put into this account. And, it's money that I have grown from doing this strategy. So if I lose it all, I'm at break even. Okay. I have to lose all this to be at break even. That was the wrong coffee cup. It has nothing in it. What am I doing? So I would have lost 5%. I have not lost 5%. Okay. So if you look, I'm at 36%, 36.6. Okay. It's $366 worth of profit. Now, obviously, I have lost money. I had 420. Now I have 366. But look at this number over here. It's going to be hard to see. Instead of 0066 Bitcoin, I have 0084. So I have increased my position in Bitcoin roughly 20%. Okay. And, I made some small moves. So during the big crash, I really didn't trade much. I let my profit ride how I had been. Can you show me more of this or no? Yep. Okay. There we go. So, and then I just recently started again. Okay. So end of December, I started playing it into January. Now that it's kind of settled into its little channel here. Okay. So here we go. I'm buying 1,000, selling 1,000, keeping the profit. Buying 1,000, selling 1,000, keeping the profit. You get that. Let me go back here. So, even though I have lost money, like I said in that video, it's not about the amount of money I have, it's about the amount of Bitcoin I'm growing. So if this goes up to 64,000 again, which is, it may be years before it hits that high again. But if it does, instead of $420 worth of profit, I can't do the math on that right now, but I'm going to have more money than that because I have more Bitcoin, which is a bigger multiplier, essentially. So now I was outpacing the bull market 42% to 30. Now I am outpacing the bear market 36% to -5. So I am 41% ahead of the bear market. Like I said, yes, have I lost money? Kind of. I haven't had a losing trade. I've made profit off every single one of my trades. But with the price of Bitcoin coming down 30%, obviously I'm not going to have as much profit there anymore. It's fine. It's fine. That's not the end goal. The end goal is to grow this number. And by doing this strategy, I have grown this number 20% in that time, and has lost $60. Like I said, if I had the $1,000 in there, and I lost, Bitcoin came down 30%. It's just like that. It could have wiped, if I would have bought at 64, it would have wiped that money out. So this strategy, I think, is good to take advantage of the volatility and advantage of the channels that crypto and especially Bitcoin find itself in, because they don't have to be huge moves. And you can go back to my other video to see, like, I swear to God, I'm trading like buying at 55, selling at 55.5. That's it. It's not huge moves. And you might only make 10, 15, dollars or whatever, but it's not the money that you're worried about. It's the Bitcoin. So if I continue to do this, I think I'll grow a bunch of Bitcoin. Eventually I'm going to have to still figure out a way to scale this up without taking more capital of mine and putting it into the account. But we'll play with that when we get there. So yeah, so for those who said I couldn't do this in a bear market, I have. It is limiting how much I am, losing. But like I said, I am gaining Bitcoin. Okay, because I have not lost a trade. I have sold every time for profit. So even though the charts might have not went my way, I might have had a dollar cost average down, like I said. But that's what you get. You don't panic at the first sign of things going bad, and you use the dips as an opportunity to bring down your overall cost. And then you sell it at a profit and keep the profit in, and here you go. Free Bitcoin. So there you are, guys. That's the video. I know it's dry and boring for some of you, but I think it could be important to a few of you out there, especially if you have a little bit of chart reading skills. If you could do something like this, you can outpace crypto in a bull market and definitely in a bear market. So Outpacing it at its bull market is pretty damn impressive, if you ask me. That's where the money's going to be at. But anyway, this will do it. That'll be the video. Middle-aged white guy is out. Peace.